Hello all and welcome back to my Darkseed 2 guide read. The guide is of course by Leanne Morris. Today I'm going to tackle Chapter 7, The Dark World, The Light Fails. Just a reminder, like the last video, I'm adding my logo as a visual indicator for when I go off script. Let's get started. Mike steps through the Dark World portal and crosses to another maze. Remember, everything and everybody in the Dark World is merely an evil, twisted version of the places and people in the normal world. Mike's back in the Hall of Mirrors maze, but it's the Dark World's Hall of Mirrors. As he looks around, a gray spirit materializes, then falls to the floor in a fetal position. She looks something like the vision Mike saw on his television. She's obviously ill. Mike, ever the gentleman, says,
"Who the hell are you?"
The spirit identifies herself as the Keeper of the Light. At least, she used to be. The ancients have seized the light of which she is the guardian, and unless Mike finds it and uses it to destroy the aliens' power generator, they will take over the normal world, just as they've already done with the Dark World. The Keeper of the Light explains how the Dark World had been ruled before the ancients arrived. The triangle of belief includes 3 points: the light, truth, the scrolls, wisdom, and the sword, justice. The ancients already have the light, and the scrolls have been missing since the ancients imprisoned the Keeper of the Scrolls. The ancients have built an enormous power generator to feed a machine that's incubating the behemoth, the beast they intend to set free in the normal world. Not satisfied with normal electricity or natural gas, the aliens' generator is powered by human brain cells. And they came to Crowley? Sorry, that zinger was from Leanne, not me. That's hilarious, though. Although they imprisoned the Keeper of the Scrolls, they know nothing of the Keeper of the Sword. They disemboweled the Keeper of the Light and threw her in the maze to die, which she silently does, turning to stone. Ikenok. Mike can take either the eastern or western exit from the portal room. Both lead to the Dark World version of the Hall of Mirrors maze. Once he's navigated it, he arrives at the entrance to the Dark World, where the sun never shines and where all of the artwork looks like H.R. Giger's, instead of just occasional touches here and there. Once again, the room is a parallel of what Mike left behind, even though it may look drastically different. Since you walked out of the Hall of Mirrors, this must be the cul-de-sac with the sideshow. That means that the northwestern path leads to the carousel parallel, and the path directly west leads to the sideshow counterpart. Moving into that room, Mike finds 2 biomechanoids guarding the hallway. Beyond it is an entrance that looks like an enormous zipper. You can't see what's inside, but Ikenok intimate that it's where the ancients are holding the Keeper of the Scrolls prisoner. When Mike talks to the twins, remember to start saving your game more often, you can die here, you know, he finds he faces another classic puzzle. Ikenok want him to prove that he's the Dark Worlder he claims to be by telling them whether it's day or night. They'll give him a hint, but he has to figure out whom to believe. One of them tells the truth only during the day, and the other only during the night. Random guessing on Mike's part results in a most unsatisfactory death. He should wait until he has a clue before trying to meet with the Keeper of the Scrolls. The power generator. As Mike approaches the northwestern walkway, the huge insectoid skull drops its jaw to allow him to enter. You immediately know he's found the power generator. How do you know that? Additional catwalks stretch to the northeast, the west, and the south. The generator is a huge square cylinder etched and implanted with wires and circuits. And heads! While Mike studies the generator, the cylinder rotates, revealing poor Rita's head as part of the circuit. It's no wonder that the ancients removed her eyes and tongue. They replaced them with wires that feed off her brain cells. Skulls fill the other sides of the cylinder, evidently waiting for the freshly dead. If he looks up, Mike can see the ancient spaceship, hooked to the generator and drawing psychic energy from it. A smaller machine rests beside the cylinder. This machine looks more like a normal world generator. The machinery includes 2 curiosities. One is a slot so thin that Mike can't tell if it's designed for inserting something or dispensing something. The other is a large dark hole. The Keeper of the Light told Mike that the Ancient's behemoth was also connected to the generator. Following the catwalk to the northeast, Mike finds that cables from the generator stretch to a building that reminds him of the hatchery in the first Darkseed game. Inside is a giant incubator holding a huge cognitive fetus. Already, the behemoth looks perfectly capable of destroying the normal world as easily as the ancients overpowered the dark world. I mean, citation needed there, I guess, but sure. I mean, come on, no. Seriously, he's like a cute little seahorse. Anyway, the incubator is hermetically sealed, and Mike can't damage the glass or the seal. Moving back to the power generator, Mike crosses to the west, where the midway was located in the normal world. The machine walkway. This strip of catwalk mirrors the carnival midway, but if you don't get the point, Mike stops at the first machine and says,
I can't tell if it is an electric motor or a shooting gallery.
Duh. The three machines along this walk supply power to the section of both the normal world and the dark world that's pictured on the power grid map posted by each one. And just so you won't have to strain your brain with space relation puzzles, Mike tells you what each grid represents. The shooting gallery machine features blue Uzi heads that pop up on pistons like targets. A large empty component is in the front, but nothing in Mike's inventory seems to fit it. The power grid reminds Mike of the Crowley Business District. The next machine features a huge biomechanical woman adorned with a safety pin of startling proportions. This machine, too, has an empty socket located to the far right. The power map apparently represents the seedy downtown district. Little piggy creatures bob up and down in the foreground. Just for fun, Mike gives a holler and is surprised when the biomechanic answers back. She's almost incoherent, however, because of the random magnetic problems. Aha! The magnet that wouldn't stick on the normal world's Wheel of Fortune works just fine here. Thank you very much. Once the magnet is in place, the biomechanic is capable of stable transmissions and tells Mike she's
to be announcing, to be producing stable power transmissions with secondary effect of unusually strong magnetic emissions, to be analyzing tertiary effect.
In layman's terms, that means Mike has rigged the normal world Wheel of Fortune. The third machine is a charmer Mike refers to as,
what a hideous mechanism. This perverted joining of man and machine has got to be stopped.
It features a Beastie Boy with a halo, of all things, or at the very least a mutant baby on a shaft with a glowing ring over its head. It includes the standard empty slot, and this power grid represents the Civic Center. Mike doesn't see any type of control console on the machines, and nothing else in his inventory works with any of them, so he retraces his steps to the power generator. The Power Center. The southern path from the generator is the counterpart of the carnival entrance, only with a mechanical ticket taker instead of the bitter and dying old clown. Once again, catwalks lead from the Power Center machine. The one west leads to a dead end emblazoned with an enormous cross, which obviously parallels the Ramirez mansion. The walkway veering towards the east leads to another dead end, but this one looks familiar. In the vision Mike had under hypnosis, Rita walked out onto this platform, which disintegrated under her and she fell into a river of blood. That's apt because it mirrors the crime scene area in the normal world. Mike gets another nasty surprise when he goes back to the power center. He's unable to get back to the generator room because an electronic door has closed. He tries to fake out the center, but it refuses him access because he doesn't have an authorized Matrix card. He obviously can't turn back, so he treks down the catwalk that leads south. You have added nothing to your inventory. Good day, sir. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't say that. You have added nothing to the inventory and have met only the Keeper of the Light, now deceased, and Ick and Uck, although you've gotten your first glimpse of the behemoth. Yes, indeed we have. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the chapter and take a look at the captions. First up, the Keeper of the Light has stayed alive just long enough to give Mike some valuable information. Kinda makes you think, huh? Because it's all in his head. See the link in the description. Alright, next up is Toto, I don't think we're in Texas anymore. I assume she's saying the big head is Toto in this situation. Oh, we got a twofer in this page. Alright, first up is Don't Underestimate Ick and Uck. They seem fairly pleasant, but a liar effort on Mike's part to solve the riddle results in a melting death. And also, Rita used to feed impressionable minds as a librarian. Now she's feeding alien minds with her brain cells and psychic energy. Here's one of the Behemoth. The Behemoth is now just a fetus, but it's growing stronger minute by minute, and poses a true threat to the normal world. Again, citation needed. I mean, I know what it does, but it looks so cute and cuddly. On the next page, we've got the 3 Dark World Carnival games. The games on the Midway take a creepy turn with these machines, each of which powers a different section of the Dark World and a different section of Crowley, too. What if the Light World counterparts actually power the Light World? Everything's powered by this carnival. Anyway, last but not least, the door leading back to the generator closes when you reach the power center. You need a data card to get back inside. And that was chapter 7. So we're certainly getting through. How many chapters are in this altogether? Just want to double check. I think 14. Yep, 14. 14 chapters and plus the appendix. So in theory, we're halfway there. So hopefully you found that a bit enjoyable. As always, thank you for watching. Hey y'all, a beta version demo of my game, Tales of Hyperia: The Crimson Knight, is available to play over at my itch.io page. The link is down in the description. The final demo version is set to release by the end of the year, and will see massive improvements and upscaling. Make sure you stay tuned for updates.